The Human Rights Writers Association of Nigeria, Huriwa, has strongly criticized what it describes as the sustained and baseless vilification of the former Minister of Petroleum Resources, Diezani, Alison-Madueke, calling for fairness and a commitment to the rule of law. Huriwa's national coordinator, Emmanuel, who made this known at a press conference in Abuja, expressed dismay over the continuous use of the term Diezani loot to describe assets and funds reportedly recovered in cases entirely unrelated to her, alleging that such narratives are part of a deliberate campaign of misinformation and prejudice. Clever News, Imefonokon has the details.
Public records confirmed that the yacht belonged to a businessman, Kola Luko, who reportedly voluntarily forfeited it as a part of a settlement. Mrs. Alison-Madueke has denied any association with the yacht. She stated that she neither owned nor used it. The attempt to link her to that yacht, as long as the facts that are available to us are as baseless and malicious as it could be. Labeling the funds recovered from the yacht sale as Diezani loot is a misleading and unfounded narrative.
Since October 2015, Alison-Madueke has reportedly been under investigation by the UK authorities in collaboration with the Nigerian government. Following the recent allegations against the former minister, Huriwa alleged that Alison-Madueke had no direct involvement in the negotiation or selection of the Strategic Alliance Agreement, as her role as the Minister of Petroleum Resources was limited to appending a statutory approval after due diligence by the NNPC.
Strategic Alliance Agreement, SSS, between the Nigerian NNPC and Atlantic Energy, often cited to implicate former Minister of Petroleum in corruption. They were adjudged, these agreements were adjudged as valid by the Federal High Court in Abuja. The records are there. Justice Nnamdi Dimgba, now of the Court of Appeal, reportedly ruled that the agreements were lawfully executed and the defendants were acquitted of charges related to their execution. Alison-Madueke, as far as facts are concerned, has no direct involvement in the negotiation or selection of the SAAS, as her role as Minister of Petroleum Resources was limited to appending her statutory approval after due diligence by the NNPC. We maintain that this process was consistent with her ministerial responsibilities and did not amount to any wrongdoing.
Huriwa called for the ongoing proceedings in the United Kingdom to be allowed to run its course without interference or prejudice. It urged Nigerians to reject the culture of public lynching, which undermines the rule of law.
Since October 2015, Alison-Madueke has been under investigation by the UK authorities in collaboration with Nigerian agencies. Despite this prolonged scrutiny, no evidence has been found to implicate her in any crime, or rather, there is no conviction on Alison-Madueke anywhere in the world. She hasn't been convicted anywhere. So how do they arrive at Diezani loot? Why don't we have Buhari's loot? Buhari was Minister of Petroleum for 8 years. There were a lot of scandals that happened in NNPC. If you read the auditor's report during the Buhari administration, the auditor's reports are quite there. They are published. The auditor's report that was submitted to the National Assembly. You can Google your phone and see the staggering amount of money that were allegedly stolen from the petroleum sector when Buhari was the Minister of Petroleum. So what we're calling for is the rule of law. We're not saying Diezani is an angel, but let us follow the rule of law.
Recall that Alison-Madueke was the first female executive director of Shell Petroleum Development Company in Nigeria and the first female petroleum minister in Nigeria, as well as first female president of the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries. Huriwa argued that her accomplishments should be celebrated rather than overshadowed by unproven allegations. Imefonokon reporting for Clever News.